Russia has said that its military brought down 4 Ukrainian drones near Moscow and over the Bryansk region. One of the drones was shot down over a town that hosts Moscow's regional government. The airspace over the Russian capital was briefly closed. 3 major airports in Moscow suspended flights. Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky arrived in Athens on Monday. He met Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. Zelensky is all set to attend an informal dinner hosted by the Greek PM. European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and European Council President Charles Michel will also attend the dinner. Greece has pledged to train Ukraine's Air Force pilots to fly F-16 fighter jets. Russian mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin has posted his first video address since late June. He is seen standing in a desert area in camouflage with a rifle. Reports say that the video was probably shot in Africa. Prigozhin said that the Wagner mercenary group is recruiting people and it will, quote-unquote, fulfill the tasks that were set. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked upon a 4-day visit to South Africa and Greece. While in South Africa, the Indian PM will attend the 15th BRICS summit being held in Johannesburg. Meanwhile, Chinese President Xi Jinping has already arrived in the South African city. Russian President Vladimir Putin will attend meetings via a video link. He will not attend in person. The International Criminal Court had earlier issued an arrest warrant against Putin over alleged war crimes in Ukraine. South Africa would have been expected to arrest Putin had he set foot in the country. Former Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has been arrested and jailed. This is just as he returned to Thailand from self-imposed exile after 15 years. The former Thai PM made his fortune in the telecommunications business. He has been charged with abuse of power and several other criminal offences which he calls politically motivated. Shinawatra came to power in 2001 and was ousted in a military coup in 2006. Former US President Donald Trump has said he will surrender to authorities in Georgia on Thursday. This is to face charges in the case accusing him of trying to overturn his 2020 election loss. This will be Trump's 4th arrest since April this year. Trump is still a leading candidate for the Republican presidential nomination for 2024. Ecuador is heading towards a runoff election for its presidency in October. Luisa Gonzalez and Daniel Noboa will compete for the top job. Supporters of both candidates took to the streets of Quito and Guayaquil. Gonzalez won 33% of the vote, while Noboa won 24% in the recently concluded election. Zimbabwe's main opposition party, the Citizens Coalition for Change, or CCC, held its final rally on Monday. Voting will begin on Wednesday. The CCC is led by presidential candidate Nelson Chamisa. He's also a lawyer and a pastor. Zimbabwe's current president, Emerson Mnangagwa, came to power in 2017. This was following a coup that ousted Robert Mugabe. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said that the physical intervention of United Nations peacekeepers in Cyprus last week is unacceptable. Scuffles broke out between UN peacekeepers and Turkish Cypriot security personnel. This happened when peacekeepers tried to prevent roadworks starting in an area that, according to them, is a part of a buffer zone separating the Turkish and Greek populations of Cyprus. Turkish Cypriot authorities want to build a road that would give residents of a village in the buffer zone direct access to Turkish territory. An Israeli woman was killed in a suspected Palestinian shooting near the occupied West Bank. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel would settle the score with the attackers. Israel has also blamed Iran for the recent escalation of violence in the region. Japan has announced that it will start releasing water from the damaged Fukushima nuclear power plant into the ocean on Thursday. It will release more than 1 million metric tons of the treated radioactive water. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said that his government was ready to take the necessary safety measures. The plan has been drawing criticism from Japan's neighboring countries and local fishermen. Tropical storm Hillary sent a deluge of rainfall to the American city of Las Vegas. This has triggered severe flooding in the region. A state of emergency has been declared in Clark County over the storm's impact on the city. 2 people have died due to heavy rains in the South American country of Chile. Meanwhile, more than 26,000 people have been isolated and almost 34,000 evacuated. This is according to the country's National Emergency Service. The heavy rains have been occurring in mountainous areas. Chilean authorities say this has increased the risk of landslides and mudslides. France has issued a red alert for 4 of its southern departments. It comes amid excessively hot weather. This is the country's most serious warning. This will allow local authorities to call off events and close public facilities if needed. High temperatures lingered in the Italian cities of Rome and Milan on Monday. Tourists and residents were trying to cool themselves as a new heat wave, Nero, hit the region. The heat wave is expected to bring temperatures up to 38 degrees Celsius. This could last for at least 5 consecutive days. Wildfires continue to burn through forests in northeastern Greece. The wildfires were fanned by strong winds. Several homes have also been engulfed in flames. In recent years, wildfires in Greece and nearby regions have gotten worse due to hot and dry weather. Scientists have linked this to climate change. Millions of people in the Canadian province of British Columbia were under air quality warnings on Monday. This was after hundreds of ongoing wildfires have filled the skies with smoke. The poor air quality has increased concerns about its impact on human health. Climate change has exacerbated the number of wildfires in Canada. US President Joe Biden has arrived in the wildfire-hit American city of Maui. Speaking to the Hawaiian residents, Biden recounted his personal losses. Biden's visit to Maui comes nearly 2 weeks after wildfires swept through the Hawaiian island. The fires have killed more than 114 people in the region. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un visited flood-damaged areas in the country's port city of Nampo. He lashed out at top officials over a lack of preparedness and a poor response to flood damage. The area was flooded after an embankment was destroyed by seawater due to shoddy construction. This flooding comes amid mounting concerns over a food crisis in North Korea. Authorities in the South American nation of Colombia have rescued 43 sea turtles. They were released back into the sea. These sea turtles were victims of trafficking. Sea turtles have long been targets of the wildlife trade. They are often slaughtered for their eggs, meat, skin, and shell. In business and tech news, S&P Global has cut the credit ratings for several American banks. It has also revised its outlook for the firms. S&P says that funding risks and weak profitability will likely test the American banking sector's credit strength. Earlier this month, Moody's also cut the ratings of 10 American banks. Goldman Sachs is planning the sale of a part of its wealth business. With this, the company is shifting its focus back to serving ultra-rich clients. Last year, Goldman CEO David Solomon reorganized the firm into 3 units. The firm also scaled back its consumer business. American brokerage firm Charles Schwab is planning to lower its headcount. The company said that the move will help it counter cost pressures. However, it did not disclose the number of employees it was going to lay off. Charles Schwab also said it's planning to close or downsize some of its corporate offices. UK-based chipmaker ARM has filed for an initial public offering in the US. It will file for a listing in the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under its namesake ticker symbol. This comes 5 months after announcing it had filed confidential preliminary IPO paperwork with US regulators. Analysts expect ARM's IPO to be the biggest of 2023. DP Eurasia will file for bankruptcy for its Russian business and exit the country. It's the operator of the Domino's pizza brand in Russia, Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. The move follows the company's failure to sell its Russian business in the country. Many Western firms have cut ties with Russia since its invasion of Ukraine and introduction of economic sanctions. Roark Capital is nearing a deal to buy sandwich chain Subway for about $10 billion. This is according to reports. Roark is a private equity company that owns restaurants like the Buffalo Wild Wings. Reports add that a deal could be finalized as soon as this week. Generative artificial intelligence will probably not take over most people's jobs. It will instead automate their duties, freeing them up to do other tasks. This is according to a study conducted by the International Labour Organization. The study, however, warns that clerical work would likely be hit the hardest. This will potentially hurt female employment. This is because the clerical sector is dominated by women. YouTube is launching an incubator to work with artists and musicians. The company is launching what it calls YouTube's Music AI Incubator. It aims to explore the use of artificial intelligence in music. YouTube has partnered up with Universal Music for the project. It will work with artists such as ABBA's Bjorn Ulvaeus, Ryan Tedder of One Republic, and the estate of Frank Sinatra. Facebook's parent company Meta Platforms is set to roll out a web version of its new platform Threads. With this move, Meta is hoping to gain an edge over its competitor X. The social media firm has not provided a date for its launch. However, reports say it could be launched as early as this week. Meanwhile, Thailand's digital minister says it'll ask a court to shut down Facebook in the country. This is unless it takes action over scams. The digital ministry has said it has made repeated requests to the social media giant. This was for removing advertisements it has identified as scams. These scams have allegedly affected more than 200,000 people in Thailand. Moving to sports. In football, Spain's football chief Luis Rubiales has apologized for his actions at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Rubiales had kissed the Spanish player Jenny Hermoso during post-match celebrations. Hermoso later spoke out about the incident and condemned it. Several government ministers and media commentators criticized Rubiales' gesture. The Spanish women's football team experienced a grand welcome after returning home. Thousands of fans gathered in Madrid to celebrate Spain's first Women's World Cup victory. The Spanish squad defeated England 1-0 in the FIFA World Cup final on Sunday. Fans, wrapped in Spain's national flag, took to the streets to dance and chant slogans. Arsenal beat Crystal Palace 1-0 in the English Premier League. This was yesterday. The only goal was a penalty converted by Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard. This was in the 53rd minute of the game. Arsenal were then reduced to 10 men after defender Takahiro Tomiyasu received a red card in the 67th minute. AC Milan beat Bologna 2-0 in the Serie A on Monday. Christian Pulisic netted 1 goal in his debut match for Milan. The 24-year-old from the US joined the club last month. Milan's opener was scored by French forward Olivier Giroud in the 11th minute. Manchester United striker Mason Greenwood will leave the club. This comes after a 6-month investigation into Greenwood's conduct. He was charged with a rape attempt and assault in October 2022. This was after allegations were made against him online. The charges were later dropped in February. Manchester United said they will help Greenwood find another club. English Premier League club Everton have condemned racist slurs directed at Amadou Onana. The Belgian midfielder was racially abused online on Sunday. This was after Everton lost their match against Aston Villa. Later, the club stated it's conducting an investigation to identify the people responsible. They'll also be supporting the police with any investigation. In tennis, world number 2 Novak Djokovic spoke about his new rivalry with Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic said facing Alcaraz reminded him of the time he played against Rafael Nadal. He said it was like the time he beat Nadal in the 2012 Australian Open final. Djokovic took home the Cincinnati Open title after defeating Alcaraz in the final on Sunday. The match lasted for almost 4 hours. In badminton, India's HS Pranoy advanced to the second round at the BWF World Championships in Copenhagen on Monday. He defeated Finland's Kalle Koljonen 24-22, 21-10 in the first round. Pranoy will play the second round today. America's Shikari Richardson won gold at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest. Richardson competed in the women's 100-meter race. She clocked a time of 10.65 seconds to take home the title. This is her first major title after she was barred from the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 after testing positive for banned substances. India's R. Pragnananda has advanced to the finals of the FIDE Chess World Cup. The 18-year-old beat world number 3 Fabiano Caruana in the semi-finals yesterday. He will now face Magnus Carlsen in the final today. Pragnananda is the youngest ever player to reach the FIDE Chess World Cup final. In the world of entertainment, K-pop band BTS's singer V released a teaser for his forthcoming music video titled Blue. The 23-second long trailer went viral among fans. The teaser shows V displaying his acting skills in an intense look. The music video for the song Blue will release on the 13th of September. Rapper Snoop Dogg's outdoor concert in the American city of Houston did not go as planned. At least 16 people were hospitalized due to severe heat. This was after temperatures in Houston city reached 43 degrees Celsius. After the concert, Snoop Dogg took to social media to wish his fans a speedy recovery. Another object has been thrown at a celebrity during a concert. The most recent incident happened with the rapper Drake. For the second time in the past few weeks, something was thrown at him during his concert in the American city of San Francisco. A concert goer chucked a book at the rapper. However, Drake caught the book midair with one hand and said, "You're lucky I'm quick." Singer Bob Dylan has announced that the tour he's on will head to North America. The ongoing tour is called Rowdy Ways and it's presently taking place in Europe. 17 new dates have been announced for October in Canada and the US. 82-year-old Dylan will perform in Canada after a gap of 6 years. The legendary singer is known for his hit songs like Just Like a Woman, Tangled Up in Blue, and Like a Rolling Stone. Singer Demi Lovato has called it quits with manager Scooter Braun. Lovato and Braun have worked together for over 4 years. No reason was given for the decision. However, Braun will continue to be the manager of other singers like Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. Rihanna is officially a mom of two. The singer welcomed her second baby with partner A$AP Rocky. Their growing family already includes a 15-month-old son. After the birth of her second child, Rihanna said, and I quote, "My family feels complete." Actor Bradley Cooper has opened up about his struggle with drug and alcohol addiction. The 48-year-old actor said substance abuse nearly killed him back in 2003. Cooper says it really traumatized him and forced him to consider sobriety. The actor says he has now been sober for 20 years. Oppenheimer star Cillian Murphy says he wished he had played a role in Christopher Nolan's blockbuster movie Interstellar. Murphy also said, and I quote, "I adore Interstellar because I find it very emotional." Murphy has been a regular in Nolan's movies, starting with Batman Begins in 2005. He has also featured in Inception, The Dark Knight Rises, and Dunkirk. Meanwhile, popular media celebrity and YouTuber Logan Paul said he couldn't stand watching Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Paul said, and I quote, "I walked out of the cinema hall at half-time. It was 90 minutes of just talking." This is not the first time that Paul has walked out of a Nolan movie. In 2014, he walked out of Interstellar after just 18 minutes. However, Paul said that when he re-watched Interstellar, it gained a spot in his top 3 favorite movies. Actor Chris Peluso died at the age of 40 last week. The tragic news was shared by his family members yesterday. The cause of the actor's death has not been disclosed. Doctors said that Peluso had recently recovered from mental health disorder. The actor had symptoms of schizophrenia combined with mood swings. Peluso is best known for his performance in movies like Mamma Mia and Wicked.